What is up, YouTube? Fluttershy RLC, and I'm back with my Arizona Diamondbacks franchise here on MLB The Show 16, here in beautiful Milwaukee, facing the Brewers, who are 37-61 this year. So, pretty rough year for the Brew Crew, as we're hopefully going to be able to take this game and just, continue battling, because the Los Angeles Dodgers are right behind us in the standings. And the next series that you guys will see will be against the Dodgers. I'm going to post all 3 games against them, and it's going to be crazy. Because, again, they're right on our tail. In June and July, or at least half of July, we were just red hot. Actually May and June, just red hot, best team in baseball. But really in the month of July, that's kind of tailed off a little bit, especially since the All-Star break. And I'm hoping that we can just, at least be able to keep the momentum going, throughout the rest of the year, especially to September. Because, I really want September to be a month where we can confidently, look at some of our minor league talent and see what they can do, because, if we're in a spot where we're, having a battle game in and game out to try to either get the division or even get a playoff spot, period, or, get home field advantage or any of that, then, all the young guys that we're going to call up for September might not get used as much. And that's what I really want to do. I want to be able to give, some of our starters who have just grinded it out every game this year, I want to kind of give them a bit of a break in September, keep them rested up for the playoffs. And that's kind of my plan. And again, I want to see some of our minor league talent, see how good they are, and just see what they can produce. But right now, Shelby Miller pitching a pretty dang good game. He's going to help himself out there with a base hit into right. Now the Diamondbacks kind of threatening here, trying to put some runs on the board here in the third, but this one flied into left. Braun, and will be under it for the out. And right now we just cannot buy the big hit. We cannot seem to get to the big hit, and that's kind of been happening, just a little too frequently. I know that series against the Reds, we, for the most part, just pounded them, except for in that last game that Greinke choked. But, it just seems like at times our offense has just been way too inconsistent, and this is something I've really been talking about the entire year, and hopefully we can change it, because in the playoffs, you need to get big hits, and if we can't get those big hits in the playoffs, it's going to be rough, it's going to be a challenge, but I think we're up for it, but still, we still got to get through the rest of the season before we're really talking about the playoffs. Playoffs, right? So, but back to Shelby Miller pitching a gem, yet another strikeout. Shelby Miller has been on point so far tonight, and he hasn't been super spectacular, lights out every single game, but he's been consistent all year, and that's something that I really think that we need out of, I think he's our number 4 starter. It really helps to have a guy that will be consistent. He'll get you 7 or 6 or 7 innings, and there'll be times where he's going to get you, 7, 8, 9 innings, and he's just going to completely shut down the opposition. But I think that our biggest point this year has been the pitching. The pitching has been phenomenal all season, but the hitting has kind of needed some work. Contrary to the Diamondbacks in real life, they have the hitting, they do not have the pitching. And it's, being a fan of the Diamondbacks, it's frustrating because I know how good this team could be. But one, a lot of the general manager decisions have been, very, very poor. Again, yeah, you got Greinke, cool. You overpaid for him, and he has not put up the numbers at all, as Paul Goldschmidt finally gets us on the board with a 2-run shot into right center field. And finally, we get the big hit we've been waiting for all night long off of Garza, and we're finally in the lead. But like I was talking about, the Arizona Diamondbacks in real life, their GM, I feel like he's got to be out the door at the end of this year. He has really messed up this organization. They have made a lot of really bad moves. I think that the Dansby-Swanson trade was absolutely horrendous. It makes me cringe still to this day. They got rid of that guy for Shelby Miller, Again, in real life, Shelby Miller, not not worth the #1 overall pick in the draft, you know? Especially because Dansby Swanson, you know, has been pretty good so far in the limited amount of times we've gotten to see him with the Braves. But still, you know, I think that the Diamondbacks organization, they have not made very good decisions to help out this team, you know. But it's not like they can't turn it around and fix it. You know, again, I think that they have a lot of good players on offense. You know, I feel like their offense is pretty good, you know, especially for that park. Chase Field, that ball just rattles around. It flies out of that park. It rattles around in the corners as the, you know, fans here getting into it. This is by far one of the oddest things I've seen in this game, but still pretty cool. And look at this defense. Like, how many hits has the Brewers defense robbed us of tonight? It seems like way too much. And you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding, man. Like, look at this. I mean, we're hitting the balls on the screws, and they just make plays like this, you know, almost every play. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. They have one hit through 7 innings, you know, or through 8, or through 6, technically, so far. As Jonathan Lucroy looking to change that. That one is fly deep, 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 and off of the wall, off of the out-of-town scoreboard. So a double for Jonathan Lucroy, and the Brewers trying to get something going right here. And again, hopefully that the defense can go in our favor just a little bit. Right there, a nice catch made by Peralta, but the runner will move up to third. And now that I'm done talking about other things that don't pertain to the gameplay, I think now it's time to talk about the gameplay. As this one rocketed into left, that's a base hit, and a run will score. So now make it 2-1. And the league getting a little more uncomfortable now. I knew it was only a matter of time until Miller kind of, you know, melted down a little bit. But he strikes out Gonzalez for the 3rd time in this game. Things looking a little bit better. Still, bottom of the 8th gets Ryan Braun to look at a fastball, at a changeup actually. And that is going to be out number 3. So we go on to the 9th. Greg Holland on to try to save this game and give us a big win. Holland, again, he's been hit or miss, you know, and hopefully today it won't be a miss. Chris Carter going to come to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch from Holland, and Carter drives this one deep into left. Tomas won't even turn around, and that ball is gone. And the Brewers have tied it up in the bottom of the 9th, and again, the bullpen melts down and lets them right back into the game. And very, very tough. Very, very, very tough, because we should have had this game, but, you know, really good pitching throughout. Phenomenal defense by Milwaukee. And just like that, it's a tie game, and it looks like we might be going into extra innings. That one was just a shot, just a rocket right out of here. No chance that one was going to come back. Now it's just, you know, it's going to be up to the rest of the bullpen to hold on to the tie, and it's up to us to try to get back into this game, you know, get back into the lead. So that is kind of tough, but hey, you know, moving on to the 10th, and another absolutely outstanding play by the Brewers defense robs us of a hit for like the 6th time tonight. Like, this is starting to get ridiculous. Like, what else do you want me to do? So now into the top of the 10th, Matt Reynolds gives up the walk to Scooter Gennett, and now trouble's kind of brewing here for the Diamondbacks, you know. Eric Young going to be on to pinch run. He's got some wheels over there at first in the dirt, and another walk. Things now looking bad as now the winning run at second base, but this one grounded to the shortstop over on to second for the out, and we luckily get out of the inning unscathed. Here in the bottom of the 11th, Chris Carter is gonna send everyone home. The walk-off to right center field, and the Brewers win the game 3-2, 2 home runs by Chris Carter, and the Brewers are walking off with the win. Tough game to lose, you know. I mean, it's just, you know, our hitting couldn't really do it, and I mean, you know, when you only score 2 runs, you can't expect to win that many games, you know. So can't really blame the bullpen too much with this one, but hey, man, their defense saved them at least 2 or 3 runs combined in this game with just how many phenomenal plays they made to rob us of hits. You know, I mean, they robbed like 5 hits. You know, that's like 1, maybe 2 runs, you know, that they took away from us. So that's going to be the end of the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one.